I learned to smile with a mouth full of storms, learned how to breathe when the air felt torn. They said I'd break if I stayed too long, but I grew roots where I didn't belong. Every promise cut me slow, every love left bruises to show. I wore the blame like a borrowed crown, still stood tall when the lights went down. I cried when nobody saw, prayed to a God that never called. If this is weakness, then why do I stand with shaking knees and a steady hand? Pain made me royal, tears taught me throne. I rule the night all on my own. I bled in silence, still wore my crown. They tried to bury me, I burned the ground. I loved too hard, I stayed too real, paid every price I didn't steal. They fed me lies in golden phrase, called it love, but it spoke my name. I was soft, but I wasn't weak, just tired of begging to be seen. Now every scar knows who I am, a broken girl with a battle plan. I learned to walk through fire slow, let it hurt, but let it show. If I fall, it won't be down. I fall forward, face my crown. Pain made me royal, grief gave me bones. I built my strength from what I lost. You called me fragile, I proved you wrong. I'm still standing, still sad, still strong. I don't need saving, I survive. I don't need loving, I'm alive. If this heart breaks one more time, I'll wear the crack like a warning sign. Pain made me royal, look at me now. I rose from ruins with dirt on my crown. I'm not healing, but I'm whole. Sad girl throne, unbreakable soul. I didn't win by staying clean, I won by being everything. They try to end me, I read the story. Pain made me royal.
She trusted hands that trembled when they swore. Love too deep bled out on the floor. Every promise tasted sweet, then rotted inside. She smiled in public, but alone she died. They said time heals, but time just watched while her heart learned lessons it never asked. She prayed for love, got silence instead. That's how the weak part of her bled. No one came when she called their name. Gina stayed, taught her the game. She learned strength the hard way. Tonight she begged to stay awake. when the damage was done. She remembers the girl who believed in fate, left her soul at somebody else's gate. Hope was loud, but the truth was me. Nothing hurts like what could have been. Now her eyes don't beg anymore. She locks the door before she pours. Still feels love, just slower now. Trust comes late if it comes around. She doesn't chase, she waits. She doesn't dream, she calculates. She learns strength the hard way, from words that never meant to stay, from hands that held and slipped away. She learned strength the hard way. She learned how silence screams, how broken love kills softly. Now she stands where she once prayed. She learned strength the hard way. She forgives, but she remembers every cold and burning ember. She's not cold, she's awake. There's a price to every mistake. She still cries just out of sight, turns her pain into quiet might. If you love her slow. She's been hurt more than you know. She learned strength the hard way, survived what tried to erase her name. She was soft, now she's unafraid. She learned strength the hard way. She's not healed, but she's whole. Still feels deep, still in control. She didn't win, she just stayed. She learned strength the hard way.
Morning breaks like it hates my name. Sunlight finds me and stay the same. Didn't sleep, just closed my eyes. Dreams kept cutting me alive. I replay words I shouldn't keep, promises I couldn't sleep. Every mirror knows my lies. I'm fine, just barely alive. Stare while falling apart, hold my breath, protect my heart. If pain's a language I can speak, then silence is what made me weak. I rise with heavy eyes, carrying every goodbye. Still breathing, still alone, still too deep, I stayed too long. Called it right when it was wrong. I gave my life to empty hands. Now darkness knows where I stand. I don't scream, I don't beg, I let the hurt sleep in my chest. They say I'm strong, they don't see how tired strength can be. Pain didn't I'll choose myself in the end. With heavy eyes.
She waited where the answers never came, spoke to walls that never knew her name. Every "I'm fine" cut deeper than a lie. She learned how to bleed without asking why. Love went missing, left no trace, just empty rooms and a colder face. When she needed words, they chose to hide. Silence stood there and watched her cry. They didn't hit her, didn't scream. They just let her break unseen. Her heart learned violence from silence, from nights no one replied, from loving hard and being ignored, from screaming deep inside. Her heart learned violence from silence. Soft pain turned sharp and wild. She didn't want to harden up, but quiet made her brutal inside. She remembers begging without sound, hoping someone would turn around. But love just passed her like a ghost and left her needing it the most. Now her eyes don't ask for much. She flinches at the thought of trust, still feels everything too deep. Just learned what parts to keep. She stopped explaining how she feels. When nobody listened for real, her heart learned violence from silence, from waiting too damn long, from holding love with shaking hands till hope was gone. Her heart learned violence from silence. Now mercy comes with claws. She still loves, but every touch feels like walking into war. She's not cruel, she's conditioned by absence and omission. If she pulls away too fast, it's survival from the past. She forgives, but she remembers every cold, forgotten December. She didn't choose this way to be. Silence chose it for her, quietly. I learned how to cry without making a sound, hold myself together while breaking down, smile through wounds they never saw. Learn how to stand while learning how to fall. I gave my truth to deafened ears, spent whole nights swallowing fear. They thought silence meant I was fine. They never saw the war inside. No hands reached when I slipped below, so I pulled myself up slow. I bled quietly and still won, survived the dark when no one came. I lost parts of who I was, but not my name. I bled quietly and still won. Every tear stayed unseen. They never heard me breaking down, but I heard everything. I trusted love that couldn't stay, watched it slowly fade away. Every promise came half true, every goodbye came too soon. Now I speak less, feel more, lock my heart behind closed doors. I still love, just differently, careful who gets parts of me. I stopped asking to be seen, that's when I grew dangerous and clean. I bled quietly and still won. No applause, no one knew. I healed myself in the dark while they all looked through. I bled quietly and still won, paid the cost in sleepless nights. They mistook my calm for weakness, but I survived the fight. I don't hate, I remember every cold, forgotten gesture. I forgave what cut me deep, but forgiveness didn't make me weak. I carry scars I never show, proof of pain I'll never owe. I'm not healed, but I'm alive. That alone took all my strength to find. I bled quietly and still won, walked through hell and didn't run. I didn't break, I didn't fold, I just grew cold, then bold. I bled quietly and still won, still standing, still here. I didn't need to scream my pain to prove I was stronger than fear.
She waited by a door that never moved, counted every lie she almost proved. Hope was thin, but she still stayed. Faith dressed up as mistakes. Time grew cold inside her hands. Dreams collapsed like fallen sand. Every promise said her name, then disappeared in shame. She learned silence has a sound when no one turns around. Every prayer felt half the same. Still she stayed, still she stayed. She waited where love never came, built her heart on empty frames, gave her soul, God only blame. She waited where love never came. nights were longer than the truth. She aged faster than her youth. Every touch was almost real. Every wound refused to heal. They said patience makes you strong, but she'd been patient far too long. Strength felt more like quiet pain, locked inside her veins. She stitched her heart with borrowed light, just to make it through the night. Every dream she couldn't save, learned to bury, learned to pray. She waited where love never came, stood still while the world changed lanes, spoke her truth but none remained. She waited where love never came. Every tear erased her name, every scar felt self-inflicted pain. Nothing left for her to claim. She waited where love never came. If love is late, it comes too late. She's already learned to separate heart from hope, breathe from flame. Survival isn't grace. She doesn't beg, she doesn't chase, just walks away at her own pace. Still the dark remembers her name. Still the dark remembers her name. She waited where love came, paid in tears, not in fame. Lost herself inside the weight. She waited where love never came. If love arrives, it'll find a girl who already crossed that line. She's done praying for the same. She waited where love never came. She wakes before the daylight breaks her skin, counting all the names she's never been. Mirror talks but never tells the truth. Just a stranger wearing broken youth. Her hands still shake from things she didn't say, promises that slowly rotted away. Every tear learned how to hide, scars beneath her quiet eyes. She learned to breathe without a sound, learned to fall and never hit the ground. Pain became her alibi, still she stands, don't ask her why. She's screaming in a room full of calm, bleeding through a soft disguise, holding on with trembling hands, scars beneath her quiet eyes. She loved too deep, she paid the price, turned her heart into sacrifice. Still the world just walks on by, scars beneath her quiet eyes. Midnight hears the truth she can't release. Every breath is borrowed, never peace. She smiles like it doesn't hurt, like she never bled for what was first. Yeah, he said be strong, so she obeyed. stay. Now she's tired of alibis, still those scars won't say goodbye. She stitched her soul with fragile thread, live with things unsaid. Every hope she learned to hide, still she stands, don't ask her why. She's screaming in a room full of calm, bleeding through a soft disguise, holding on with trembling hands, scars beneath her quiet eyes. She gave her best, it wasn't right. Love left her alone at night, still the dark knows every price. Scars beneath her quiet eyes. If healing comes, it comes too slow. She's learned to walk on shattered hope. No one hears her when she prays. God is quiet anyway. She doesn't beg, she doesn't fight, just survives another night. Still she whispers to the sky, I'm alive, at least I try. She's standing where she almost died, still wearing out all her alibis. Not broken, just baptized by scars beneath her quiet eyes. If love returns, it better stay. She's lost too much along the way. Till then she walks alone inside. Scars beneath her quiet eyes.
Midnight talks to the cracks in her skin. Every promise broke, but she stayed within. She learned how to smile with a storm in her chest. Learned how to lose, never learned how to rest. They said be quiet, you're too much to feel. So she buried the truth, made her silence steal. Every tear fell sharp like a loaded gun. She wasn't born cold, she became one. Pain taught her where not to need. Love taught her what's never real. Her sadness made her dangerous. Soft heart, but she's venomous. She loved too deep, now she bleeds in control. Broken halo, but an unbreakable soul. Her sadness made her dangerous. Every scar wrote a page of us. She don't cry where they can see. She turns hurt into power quietly. She remembers a girl who trusted too fast, left her heart in places. Stuck in the past, hands that promise, mouths that lie. She learned the truth by the night she cried. Now her eyes hold a warning sign. Cross this line, you'll lose your mind. She still loves, but it's locked away behind walls built from yesterday. She doesn't break, she survives. She doesn't break, she divides. Her sadness made her dangerous. Beautiful but merciless. prays in silence, screams in her bones, built a throne out of nights alone. She's not heartless, she's aware there's a difference. Life taught her there. She still feels, just not for free. Every ounce of love cost honesty. She forgives, but she won't forget. That's the power of regret. The sadness made her dangerous, not cruel, just conscious. She survived what was meant to end her life. Now she glows in the darkest night. The sadness made her dangerous, a queen born from the damage done. She doesn't need to be saved anymore. She's the war and the cure. I stayed when leaving would have hurt less. Held my breath through the worst of it. Every word you didn't say cut deeper than the ones you gave. I gave you parts I never lent. Built my home on a maybe then. I felt it all, I felt too much. That's the curse of being soft. I didn't stay 'cause I was weak. I stayed 'cause pain still needed me. I was soft enough to feel every crack, every unreal, every promise dying slow, every truth I didn't know. But I was strong enough to stay when love kept slipping away. I let it hurt, I let it break. Soft enough to feel, strong enough to stay. I watched myself get thinner here, losing sleep, losing years. Smiled through things I couldn't fix. Called it love, but it felt like this. You leaned on me when you were low. I learned how to carry it alone. You rested while I bled inside. Still I didn't walk that night. I knew it hurt, I knew the cost. Still stayed when hope was lost. I was soft enough to feel every silent scream for real, every touch that felt unsure, every love that wasn't pure. But I was strong enough to stay, even when you turned away. I chose pain, I understood, over leaving when I could. Don't call it weakness, call it depth. I loved you past my own self-respect. I knew the ending from the start. Still let you live inside my heart. I'm not proud, but I'm aware some of us love past repair. If I broke, it's 'cause I stayed, not 'cause I was afraid. I was soft enough to feel every wound you never healed. Every night I cried alone, every time I stayed too long. But I was strong enough to stay, strong enough to take the pain. If loving you was my mistake, at least I didn't run away. Soft enough to feel, strong enough to stay. through shattered nights, hold her crown with shaking hands. Every mirror showed a fight between who she was and who she am. They loved her light, not where it bled. Left when the dark began to speak. She buried hope beside her bed and taught her heart to barely beat. No one came when she fell apart, so she stitched herself a harder heart. Tears don't break queens, they carve the throne underneath. Every cry wrote history in blood-red ink and memories. Tears don't break queens, they teach her how to rule the grief. She bows to pain, then stands supreme. Tears don't break queens. She loved like it was her last breath, gave her soul without a shield. Every promise tasted like death when the truth was finally revealed. Every smile comes with a cost. Trust is slow and mercy thin. She mourns the girl she lost while protecting who she's been. She doesn't beg, she endures. Pain made her powerful and pure. Tears don't break queens, they harden gold inside the chest. She survived with shattered dreams and wears the weight she never said. Tears don't break queens, they fall like rain then disappear. She still feels everything, just not the fear. She rules a kingdom made of scars, built from nights she cried alone. Every loss became a star, lighting up her broken throne. She forgives but won't forget what it took to stay alive. She's not heartless, just aware of the cost of being kind. Tears don't break queens, they prove she felt, she fought, she stayed. She rose from everything that tried to take her name. Tears don't break queens, they crown her in resilience. She's not saved, she saves herself, and that's the difference.
She held it together with borrowed air, smiled like nothing was wrong in there. Every crack she learned to fake, every breath a small escape. They leaned on her like she was stone, never asked how she stood alone. She carried more than she could take, till the day she let herself break. She stopped pretending she was fine, stopped drawing strength from empty lines. All the weight she couldn't shake fell apart inside her chest. The day she let herself break, no one heard the sound it made. gave forgiveness like a gift, even when it wasn't hers to give. Every scar became routine. Pain felt sharp but always clean. They called her strong, they called her brave, but strength is just a quieter cage. She paid for every choice she made, till the day she let herself break. She learned that silence always stays when love walks out another way. All the hope she couldn't save turned to dust inside her. Love was ever meant to stay, it chose another place. She doesn't beg, she doesn't pray, doesn't ask to be okay. She just breathes and lets it ache, like it's earned the right to stay. The day she let herself break was the day she felt awake. Not I learned how to whisper when I wanted to scream. Kept my tears hidden inside my dreams. Your hands were cold, but I held them tight. I loved you best in the darkest nights. I told myself pain was part of the deal. If I stayed quiet, maybe you'd feel every lie you dressed as truth. I swallowed whole, I bled in youth. I stood in the mirror, fixing my face, practicing strength in a breaking place. I smiled through the break and I laughed through the pain, held myself together while falling again. You never saw the cracks in my skin. I was losing myself just to let you. Around words I was scared to say, afraid if I spoke you'd walk away. Your silence hit harder than any scream. You left me alone in between your dreams. I wore your love like a borrowed coat, too thin for the nights, too heavy to hold. I kept believing you'd choose to stay while I slowly faded in shades of gray. For wanting more when you were already out the door. I smiled through the break and I lied to myself, put your needs before my health. You watched me drown, said I was strong, but strength like this doesn't last this long. I smiled through the breaking, but deep inside something in me quietly died. kept the flame lit, turning a stone. I begged the stars to change your mind, but they just watched me run out of time. I smile through the breaking, but I see it clear. I shouldn't feel like living in fear. I gave you my best, you gave me scars. Called it love while pulling me apart. Now learning how to feel again, without pretending, without bending. I smile through the breaking, but I won't smile like that again. I learned to breathe when you pulled away. Slept beside words you refused to say. I folded my anger, kept it inside. Called it love when I swallowed my pride. You broke me slow like you had the time. Every scar felt neatly designed. I stayed when leaving felt overdue. I forgave you too quietly. I kept my voice low, my heart on mute, so you wouldn't feel what you put me through. I forgave you too quiet, too clean, made your sins feel light, almost unseen. I carried the weight so you'd feel free, while the damage stayed with me. I forgave you too quietly, no sound, let you walk away without being found. You healed fast, I stayed untrue to the girl I was before you. I learned to smile on the nights you lied. Said I'm fine when I was barely alive. You wore my patience like it was yours. Tracked your mess across my floors. I kept believing love meant pain, that losing myself was something gained. I erased my needs, made space for you. I forgave you too quietly. I was afraid if I made a sound, you'd leave me broken on the ground. I forgave you too quick, too fair. Will the future bleed for the past? You never knew what it cost me just to choose you. I forgave you too quietly. I know I turned my hurt into a shadow. You found peace, I lost my truth in the silence I gave to you. If love is war, I waved the white, surrendered wrong just to keep the fight. I made excuses, called them care. You took the grace, left me bare. I forgave you too quietly. My fault, built you a throne from myself. But I made it easy to forget my pain, so you never had to change. Now I'm learning to speak the truth, even if it trembles, even if it's rude. I forgave you too quietly. I won't disappear like that again. The room still smells like yesterday, like you just stepped out, not walked away. Your name is carved into my sleeve. I close my eyes, but it cuts too deep. I packed your things, I changed the sheets, but nothing here forgets your feet. Every corner knows your truth, every silence leads to you. I tried to drown you in time, but you learned how to survive. When memories refuse to leave, they sit beside me, watch me bleed. They say your voice, they wear your face, they keep me frozen in this place. When memories refuse to leave, they haunt me gently, cruelly sweet. I'd give my heart just to be free, but they won't let go of me. I hear you laugh in crowded rooms, I feel you in the quiet too. I talk to ghosts I never see, still asking what you needed from me. I rewrote lies to feel okay, called it love, let it stay. I let you go, but here's the truth. You left, but never really moved. I buried us without a sound, but grief still digs me up somehow. When memories refuse to leave, they break me slow, relentlessly. They play our nights on repeat, like I was ever hard to keep. When memories refuse to leave, they hold me where you used to be. I play like ice if fire could heal, but some things never lose their feel. If healing's real, I miss the sign. I'm moving on, but stuck in time. I learned to smile, I learned to lie, pretend I'm strong while I survive. When memories refuse to leave, they teach my heart how not to breathe. I loved you more than I should say, and paid for it every day. When memories refuse to leave, they turn my hope into debris. Oh, still alive, but barely here, living with what won't disappear. Maybe one day I'll sleep in peace. Maybe one day you'll loosen your grip. But tonight I stay awake with every choice I couldn't change. When memories refuse to leave, they stay. I learned how to flinch at gentle hands, still waiting for you to understand. You said my heart was hard to hold, but you dropped it first, you let it fold. I stitched myself with words you said, Called them hope, but they still bled. I stayed too long, I stayed too deep. Promised things I couldn't keep. I tried to forget the shape of you, but pain remembers what love knew. Broken things still I talk to silence like it stays, like you're just busy, not awake. Your absence sleeps beside my name. Every night feels just the same. I blame myself for needing more, like love was something to ignore. I learned to beg without a sound while you were already gone. I made excuses dressed as true, so I wouldn't have to lose you. Broken things still remember love, even when they hurt enough. I replay every almost kiss, like it meant more than this. Broken things still remember love. They don't forget, they just give up. You moved on like I was small. I stayed to feel it all. If love is mercy, I ran out. I prayed you'd stay. You chose the doubt. I kept the blame. You kept your pride. Called it peace, but something died. Broken things still remember love. That's how I know I'm not numb. I'd heal faster if I could hate, but love still knows my name. Broken things still remember that I'm breaking just enough to finally let myself see you were never meant for me. I'm learning how to let it hurt without believing I deserved. Broken things still remember love, but I don't have to stay broken love. You packed your words in a hurry, left my heart in yesterday. Said you needed room to breathe, so you took the air away. I watched your shadow disappear, like you never knew my name. You walked out light as freedom, you left heavy like the rain. I stood there counting what was gone, while you were already moving on. the pain stayed, sleeping on my side of the bed. You healed, I replayed every word you never said. You left, but the pain stayed, like a scar I couldn't hide. You found peace in the distance. I learned how to survive. I learned your absence by heart. Every step, every sound. I still reach for you in the dark, just to feel you not around. You said love shouldn't hurt like this, but you never felt it mine. I bled quietly in the space where you crossed the line. I blame myself for wanting truth, but honesty was too much proof. You left, but the pain stayed, carved your name into my days. You forgot I memorized every crack behind your eyes. You left, but the pain stayed, taught my heart to live afraid. You were done the moment you ran. I was still trying to understand. If love was fair, you feel this too. Every lonely night I knew would come a slow and silent swings. So I carry what you didn't. You left, but the pain stayed. That's the truth you never faced. You let go, I held on. That's how damage gets made. You left, but the pain stayed. I paid the price, you escaped. I survived what you couldn't feel. Now I know our love is not One day your memory will fade, but tonight it knows my name. You left, but the pain stayed. I wake up where the silence lives, with everything I couldn't give. I tried to heal, I tried to stay, still lost a part of me each day. I learned to smile with tired eyes, tell the world I'm fine with lies. Every step feels like the past, pulling me back, holding fast. I held my breath so long it hurt, carry love like it was dirt. If this pain won't let me go, I'll carry it, but move slow. I'm still standing, still sad, still missing what I never had. Heart still heavy, hands still cold, trying to be brave, growing love people who love my pain. Called it care, it felt the same. They stay close just long enough to teach me how to not trust. I stay quiet, stay polite, let them win every fight. Now every scar knows my name. Every night feels just the same. I prayed for peace, it never came. So I learned to live with pain. If I fall, I fall inside, then get back up, dry my Don't call me strong, I just stayed when running felt like the easy way. If this heart breaks once again, I'll hold the pieces till the end. I'm still standing, still sad, still carrying what left it bad. I still tired, soul still sore, but I won't fall like before. I'm still standing, still sad, still everything I never said. I didn't win, I didn't heal, I just survived what I feel. No finish line, no goal, just a heart that didn't fall. Every night, every fight, still standing, still sad. I was quiet in rooms full of blame, learned to whisper my own name. Every promise cut me thin, every smile hid the bruises in. I stayed when I should've run. Love like the damage was fun. I broke in places I couldn't show. Smile while dying slow. I prayed with my head on the floor, asked for less pain, nothing more. If this is all I'm meant to be, why does the dark still follow me? My weakness aligns a fight in the middle of the night. I cried myself into flame. Now I don't burn the same. I bend but I don't break. Every scar I keep away. I was soft, I was kind. Now I'm sharp and I survive. I trusted hands that let me fall, called it love, it cost me all. They said my heart was too much, so they taught it not to trust. I wore guilt like it was skin, let their silence sink within. But pain has a way to speak when you're tired of being weak. I bled when nobody knew, held myself like no one would. If I'm still breathing through this hell, then maybe I survived myself. My staying in the rain. They tried to break me overnight. My weakness learned to fight. I wake up with the weight of yesterday. Every word I swallow still remains. I learned to laugh so I wouldn't scream. Learned to lose pieces of me. I stayed quiet, I stayed kind. Let them cross every line. I wore the blame like it was true, just to keep from losing you. I bled when nobody stayed, held my heart the hard way. If this ache is all I know, why am I still standing slow? Pain is not my ending, it's the chapter I survived. I was breaking every night, still I stayed alive. Pain is not my ending, even when it feels like it. I don't need to be okay, just breathing is a win. I loved too hard, I stayed too long. Called it hope when it was wrong. They took my trust, they took my flame, left me talking to my pain. I tried fixing what I didn't break, paid for choices I didn't make. Every scar still knows my name, every tear remembers the same. I prayed for peace, it never came, so I learned to live with pain. If I'm still here after all, then maybe I was never small. how to smile when it hurt the most. Learned how to fade and still stay close. Every word felt sharp and slow. Love was a knife I held alone. I trusted ghosts with open hands, built my heart on sinking sand. I fell apart in silent rooms, still showed up like I had nothing to lose. I begged the night to let me rest. It carved my name into my chest. If pain's the price to understand, then this is where I learned who I am. Strength wrote my name in blood. Every tear said, get back up. I broke, I bled, I stood my ground. Still breathing when the lights went out. Strength wrote my name in blood. I wasn't saved, I wasn't loved. I survived what I became. Now pain remembers my name. I stayed too long in burning skin, called it love, let the fire in. They took my softness as a flaw, left me learning how to crawl. I stitched myself with shaking hands, promised I would never beg again. If this heart breaks one more time, it won't be quiet, it'll survive. I carry guilt like it was mine. Let their shadows cross my spine. If I'm still standing in this mess, then weakness never stood a chance. Strength wrote my name in blood. Every scar still screams enough. I cried alone, I faced the dark, lit my way with broken parts. Strength wrote my name in blood. I learned to live without the love. I'm not healed, but I remain, still standing in the pain. Don't call me fearless, I was terrified. I just stayed breathing while pieces die. If this world wants all of me, it'll take my strength, not my knees. Strength wrote my name in blood. I paid the price, I stood up. Still sad, still torn inside, but I didn't let the darkness decide. Strength wrote my name in blood. I am more than what was done. I didn't win, I stayed, and that's enough to say. No crown, no praise, no flood, just a girl who didn't run. Every wound still understood. Strength wrote my name in blood. I wake up tired of being brave, put my heart back in its cage. Every smile is borrowed time, every I'm fine is a lie. I learned to walk with shattered feet, still show up like I'm complete. They never see the blood I hide, just how good I am at staying alive. I don't fall apart in front of you, I save the breaking for the truth. If pain had a favorite sound, it'd be silence when no one's around. I cry standing up, back straight, head high. Tears don't fall, they stay I love people who loved my pain. Called it care, it felt the same. They held my hand and let it go, right when I needed it the most. I stayed quiet, I stayed kind, let them cross every line. Now every scar remembers me, more loyal than they ever were to me. I learned to breathe with a heavy chest, carry grief like it's a dress. If strength means I don't collapse, then this is how I survive the past. I cry standing up, feet in the fire, heart still beating, even when I'm tired. I cry standing up, no hands to hold. I don't need saving, I just need control. Don't call me strong, I just stayed when leaving felt like the easy way. If I fall, I fall alone, but I'll get up on my own. I cry standing up, still sad, still here. I don't scream, I disappear. I cry standing up. I've learned heartbreak in silence and still move through. No applause, no proof, just survival in my shoes. I don't bend, I don't give up, I cry.